regulatory agencies to see whether or not they were in violation. I want to look at the system that creates an Academy Award for being one of the most negative and vile human beings on the face of this earth, and rewards that system over and over again. And we are, oh, you know, when he got that Academy Award, yay. Not even looking at the dynamics. Brother Morrell says we're brainwashed. I think we're more than brainwashed, but that's another story. And so then our image gets taken, made into Tiffany's. This is one of the most expensive jewelry sets now. It's out of Africa. Each one of these pieces start at $10,000. But it's your image. Everybody wants your image with you. And so now you have to be chic and rich to have your image. Interesting. And that's your image too. That's what we see as our fashion statement. This is their fashion statement. This is our fashion statement. Can I get a witness? And so part of the issue has been, you know, we've talked about this before. How have we responded to all of this? But we got people who don't even believe slavery existed. They don't even want to talk about it. You can't resolve anything that you don't discuss. So we're in denial. And we have disbelief. And we have anger. We'll talk about all of these. We have passivity, where we just do nothing. We have ignorance, which is the bulk of us. And we have acceptance. So we just go along to get along. And of course, there's that helplessness profile, that it doesn't matter what we do, it's not going to make any difference. And so we just leave it to the Lord. Mercy. You leaving it to the Lord, and look what the Lord is doing. Come on. I just left Atlanta. I was invited by another church to talk about sex abuse in the church. In America, of course, you're innocent until proven guilty. Hello. But let me just talk about it for a second. Because the reality is that we as a people are always subjugated and subject to the belief that the church will be our salvation. And so the reality has been that we are blind. We turn a blind eye when it comes to what is happening within our system. We all know that from the Dante Stokes case right here in Baltimore. And so part of the issue is that's the exoteric issue. It's a sad travesty. It's a travesty that I'm glad came to the front, regardless of what the outcome people now know. And as I say, the person is innocent until proven guilty. And so, but what we don't hear about is the underlying dynamics. How did you come to know about this in the first place? Guess what? When these churches came out in support of the current president, Mr. Obama, there was an investigation then waged by certain regulatory agencies to see whether or not they were in violation of the 501c3, church and politics. These mega churches run primarily by African Americans were advised and asked to turn over their financial records. Guess who didn't do it? Guess who didn't do it? And neither did he. And so it is some of our belief that this thing would have never come to the forefront had it not been about the money. Are you all with me now? Mm-hmm. So it's about the money. And because nobody cares about what happens to little black boys. That's right. Let's get real here. It was about some other agenda. And hey, by the way, this happened to be a great fallout because it's a great public relations campaign if it wasn't for the travesty of our children. Are you all with me now?
Yeah.
And so it's not just the Catholic Church. And then recently, this is Bishop Arnold out of Little Rock, my hometown. Just last week, or a week before last, he stepped down to the largest church in Little Rock. Little Rock is not a big state. I mean, Arkansas is not a big state. So he has 7,000 members of his church. It's the biggest church in Arkansas, black or white. He had to step down. Why? Because he had an affair with one of the women in the church, whose husband was on the deacon board, who hired a private investigator who followed them around and found out and went to the pastor the day before and said, I'm going to bring it up tomorrow in church. So he stepped down. But guess what the fallout was? While he was investigating who was sleeping with his wife, he found out that the preacher's wife was sleeping with one of the other deacons. Amen. This is deep, y'all. This thing, and this is who you listen to in terms of what that reality is. Are you all with me? Wow. Yeah, and then we got this other issue where people are trying to make a living, and his manager was the one that sexually abused him. So all of our children are exposed to things that should not be for children. And people in America care more for dogs than they do for our children.
That's right.
And so now we got the Tea Party. Mercy. They want to take us back to the good old days. And the Tea Party scares the living daylights out of me. And you should be afraid of them too. Because if the Tea Party has their way, you're going to be back in slavery again. Right. Make no mistake, that's the agenda. But people are sophisticated now. And they don't say white versus black. They now claim liberal versus conservatives, Democrats versus Republicans. It's them and us, y'all. Let's just be realistic. And so they're banking on the fact that we don't care enough to do anything about it. And so these are the good old boys requesting the good old days. But this is what the good old boys did in the last snow in Washington, D.C. They put an effigy up, hanging, and had a sign in front of it that said Obama. This is what they do. This is what you're going to. And then this is a magazine that is in the white right. And look at what you're looking at. You're looking through the barrel of a gun, people. What kind of subtle information is going there? You see what I'm saying? You all follow me? And this is going to be found on the internet. This thing, the government says there is a resurgence of white supremacist websites unlike there has ever been in the history of the United States of America. Right. Excuse me, United States of America.
Peace and light, power, family. Welcome to another episode of Knowledge Born with the Science After Midnight Edition, broadcasting live here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go and subscribe, www.youtube.com/Do Knowledge Radio. That's DOTHAKNOWLEDGERADIO. Check us out at our website, Do Knowledge University. DoKnowledgeRadio.com. Follow the show on Twitter at Knowledge115 on Twitter and on Instagram at Knowledge1 on Instagram. But check out our products and services at www.dtkenpoweryou.com. If you're looking to be a guest on the show or host your own series, you can email me at donoutsradio@gmail.com or communicate with me via Instagram or Twitter or donoutsradio.com. So let's welcome to the platform, the reason for the season, this After Midnight Edition series. Warrior Sister Sass. I can't see her AK.
Shalom, can I be heard?
Shalom. Yes, she can. Cannot kick it. Yes, she can.
Cool, what's up?
What's your AKA today? I'm on strike.
What happened?
I said I'm on strike. I can't see your AKA. I'm on strike. Oh, greatest of all time.
Goat, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not a scapegoat. You're just a goat.
No, just a goat. I had to take a nap after watching TV. And so that's what I did. I watched I mean, I couldn't miss it, presidential debate and stuff, so I had to watch it. I knew that was gonna be like crazy, so I was like, let me tune in real quick, and yeah, it was crazy. But I'm good now. Everybody's talking about, there's nothing to talk about, but I see people talking about it here and there. Just so that I could like kind of participate in like some conversations about it if if they were to come up. I mean, it's not important or anything, but you heard about it, right?
Heard about what?
The presidential debate.
Yep. I saw
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you watched that? It was horrible, but
It was great.
it was
It was
hilarious
great.
to me. I
It
mean,
was
it
great.
was
It's
just
great for everybody who been on here and all these other places telling me fucking vote. It was great to see. This was great to see. These are supposed to be the leaders of this nation. This is for all of the people that's like, this is our land. Our ancestors died for this shit right here. This is what they died for. This is what they need to mail in your vote. You need to register to vote. I'm getting texts to my phone. I ain't never got text to my phone telling me to vote. All of this propaganda coming to my house about voting. All these people telling me vote, vote, vote. These people have changed. I've seen two bumbling idiot monkey animals acting like themselves.
yeah.
Like this is it. They're like, oh, he doesn't have a plan. Well, you couldn't have never did what I did. Like two little ass schoolyard miscreants playing the trick on everybody that's watching. Playing the trick on everybody that's watching. I'm telling you. That's acceptable right there. That's acceptable right there.
They went back to their roots, as
They
far
never
as their
left. They
performance. I had
Bumbling
to,
idiots, just
yeah,
bumbling, looking crazy as all hell. Like they
yeah,
know how to act in front of us because we just, you know, laugh it up, we joke it up. They gonna meme it up and all of that. We take devils with hot sauce, devils with saxophones. We take uh, ambiguous looking black folk, all kind of shit. We take any fucking thing our enemy gives us, hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker.
I mean, of course,
Take
I
that
could
tip
like,
from our elder, who is now an ancestor. She passed today, Dr. Patricia A. Newton. Condolences to her and her family. That was a warrior, African warrior woman, to her last day on the planet. May she be honored. May she be revered. May she be celebrated. And may many others take up her mantle and continue her work. My bad, Sass.
no, it's no, it was parts of it that was hilarious. Like the part where they was trying to get Donald Trump to betray his own by denouncing white supremacy. I was laughing. I was like, man, it's not gonna do that. Well, you denounce it, and he was like, who are you talking about exactly? Well, what should we call them? He knew exactly what it is. He said, well, then, the militia, white supremacists. And he goes, well, he told them to stand by. I expected nothing different from him. They was trying to get him to, but I'm like, good lord, like this is crazy. Oh, oh, oh. A devil telling another devil to denounce, you know, everything that they have. It's just not gonna happen. I just thought that was hilarious. Other than that, it was nothing. Uh, it was just there was nothing said. I mean, there was really
Those people, some people was like, "Oh, Biden changed. He changed. Okay, he's for us now. He understands our plight." They asked him about black people. They asked him about Black Lives Matter. He ain't have a motherfucking thing to say about no black people. He ain't have a motherfucking thing to even say about Black Lives Matter. Y'all are nuts out here. Nuts. Crazy. They just tell you any fucking thing. You just roll with it.
well. I
Just
mean,
run with it. Like all of that shit. Like crazy. The craziest shit in the universe. Just take any fucking thing they say. Any goddamn thing.
yeah, and same thing with him. They wanted him to denounce law and order, and he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't talk about it. Why? Because he's for law and order. His record says so.
Yeah.
He's a police person. He's a super cop. Joe Biden
Right.
is a super cop. He did not
Right.
want to touch it at all. Because why? He would lose the support of what? The people that supporting him. And he was asked to name. They should have pressed him on this. Name a police organization that supports him. Like they should have
Yeah.
pressed him. Like you
I'm
see
not
the
gonna even
game,
start.
right? You
Yeah.
see the game,
I'm not.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
White
gonna even
supremacy is white supremacy.
Right. Yeah.
So they asked
Mm.
Donald Trump if he believes in systematic racism. Skirted around that, and oh man, and who did more for Black people? Yeah, it was that type of thing. I mean, that was not for Black people. I mean, did anybody learn anything from it? Probably not. If you went in with a certain type of mind frame, you didn't. You kind of left like with what you came in with, you know. But
He said, I had to pardon people out of jail for your 1994 crime bill.
yeah,
Huh? You hear
called them a cop. Yeah.
that? Oh,
See, you won't
shit.
even say law and order. He said you won't even say it. Just say it. He was. Look, man. Like that's like if you were to like not vote for someone, that would be like a great reason not to vote for someone. Black people. You know what I'm saying? He said you call Black people super predators.
Super
I was
predators.
like, all right.
And worse than that. He
Right.
said,
And
and
then
worse
worse than
names
that.
than
Right.
that.
That's what he said, among
Worse
other
names than
things.
that.
Yeah. So there it is.
Yeah.
And that was the truth. So you have one who supports law and order, the other one also supports law and order. They're no different
Right.
when it comes to Black people, Black
They
issues or
was playing the
whatever.
dozens. They was
Right.
playing the dozens like Good Times. That episode
Mhm.
of Good Times where they had the young boy in there talking about the issues, and the old man was just cracking jokes on him.
Mhm.
He was playing the dozens. Yeah.
And they're using that non-Black person still. I mean, she was there after the debate to speak up. Like she's like, Joe Biden is a racist person. He just is. He said that he has no problem with the Supreme Court justice that Trump wants, Judge Amy, right? He has no
Hmm.
problem with her. That's what he said. I have no problem with her. That's so what is your beef? Oh well, you should just wait till after that was the whole thing. Like he was just trying to bring the light, like, but that was something that he couldn't like really go against because he's not for Roe v. Wade. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want to bring up abortion, because as soon as he brought up, Roe v. Wade, Donald Trump or whatever, he didn't want to touch that. He was saying that it will take away the protections of women or whatever. But what women now? You know, it's not Black women. It want to be Black women. Workplace, um, compensation and stuff. I mean, Black women are the lowest paid um, when compared to anyone else. So I don't know what he's talking about. And then like he called it a healthcare issue. The abortion part, I guess he wouldn't say abortion, but he would call it like a healthcare thing or whatever that directly affects uh, Black people. The Black community. So, who are you talking about, Joe? Like, but he didn't really want to get into it. But at the end of the day, he conceded, saying he had no problem with her because he's at the end of the day, I believe that he's pro-life person. So, he kind of let him have that. So he kind of failed on that um, part of the debate. So that part would go to Trump with that, since they both agree. They disagree on the timing, though. So that was just about. So these Democrats that I talked to on daily basis going to have to explain this tomorrow when they bring up this. When they say, "Oh, well, Trump lost the debate." Well, how? Did you hear what the person you're going to vote for? Because say about you know the Judge Amy. They're gonna they're not have much to say about it because he agreed with the sitting president, right? So yeah, boop boop boop. Did you hear the part where he tried to where Joe Biden tried to do the shake move with his two sons? He was trying to confuse everybody, as if we don't know his sons, right? Hunter and Bo, right? So he tried to interchange the two. He's like, "Who are you talking about, Bo?" I'm talking about Bo. No, 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 I'm talking about the other one. So it's kind of like the corruption. So they were bringing out the corruption and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And then Donald Trump wouldn't admit to him not paying taxes, and he should have just broke that whole thing down, where people who don't um understand it to know. What do you think about that? Him skipping over the 750.
It don't even matter.
It doesn't, but he did say, he said it's the tax code. That's what he said, and
He
he
said it's
touched on it
your
a
tax
little
code.
bit.
That's what he told. He
Right,
said
your
thank the
tax code.
Obama administration for
Right,
this tax.
right. I
So
was saying
everything
that
that he
earlier.
said, like it's just retarded to even talk, like to hear this shit talk. But
Mhm.
if you paying attention to the language that's being communicated, this is like I'm your worst nightmare. I'm your worst nightmare for real. Right? And this is what they think of the country. This is what they think of the country, and this is what they think of the inhabitants of the country. They knew how to go in there and conduct themselves like civilized people if it was supposed to be something really on the line. But it's a game. It doesn't matter. So they playing it like a game. It's a game.
How are they able to get away with something like that? Is it another thing as for those who know no type of thing? They're pandering to people, to ignorant people, right?
They talking to their base. They're communicating to their base. And one exposed the other one's base. And the other one, this is supposed to be his arena. Like, look at this, like plainly. 47 years, he said. This is supposed to be his arena. And his response was he doesn't have a plan and he still doesn't have a plan. And then every once in a while, he'll look directly at the camera. So, the black people that's listening
He was campaigning.
will look
Hmm.
at him with some kind of esteem, like he got something for them. And they went right to that and he have nothing for him. He have nothing for him. He's talking about he doesn't have a plan. Did you hear his plan?
I mean, anybody knows that he doesn't have a plan. I mean, yeah, he's
So what
been,
I'm saying is, did you
yeah.
hear the other dude's plan? Did you hear his plan?
No,
Right.
there's no
So
plan.
his tactic is saying he doesn't have this, and then because this is the whole platform that everybody's running around. Oh, we just got to get rid of him. We just got to get rid of him. And it's not he's a better candidate. It's
They're the
we
same
have to
damn
get rid of
person.
him.
Right.
It's
Hmm.
not that he's more qualified. We got to get rid of him. He doesn't have to offer or answer to anything. He didn't answer anything.
Right.
He didn't answer anything. All he did was tell him, "Will you shut up?" And that's what everybody's running with. That's going to be the talk of the town until the next debate, until there's some other sound bite.
He didn't deny calling black people super predators.
Right. And worse names is what it
And
was.
worse names, right? He didn't deny
Yeah.
that. I will say this: Joe is different, and it wasn't that long ago because Donald Trump, what, almost 4 years, right? So all that changed in 4 years. How you get old like that in 4 years? How do you? It looked like he had a stroke. That's what it looked like.
Right.
Because
27
when,
times during the whole thing. Every time he
yeah,
spoke. And then when he start lying, he starts stuttering.
yeah, yeah, he was reading from a script, and The thing is that he's the best thing that that party has, so he has to, do what he has to do. But he's like not the same person anymore. This guy, I was watching him like, 'cause I
Everything
try not
Buddy
to
said,
watch
he
his
led him
stuff,
into a
but
trap with it. Everything that he said. Oh, your running mate said blah blah blah. Yes, she did. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like he used anecdotal evidence for the whole time, right? That's
hmm
how he got into office. He didn't say anything about stats or figures or blah blah blah. My friends and we and blah 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 and she, we believe in her and blah 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 blah. Like there's nothing. There was no statistical. There was no need for it. There was no need for it. He come from a place called Let's Make a Deal.
yep,
He don't come from the place of massaging the ego, make them feel like they got control, and we work in the undercurrents. He don't come from that. He funds that. He funds that. They don't want him to start talking like that because he'll expose everybody. Everybody's on his take. Like everybody's on his take. He's from the business world. Big business funds politics. This is what we know. There's no politics, no politicians, there's no lobbyists, there's none of this shit. This shit doesn't move without business. In exchange, they stay out of business. Business. 28 to 32% tax income. Little to no governmental regulation. We pay for you. Wise Intelligence said that earlier. He said politicians are not something that you vote for, it's something you buy. That's what he said earlier today. That's the truth. So they bought and paid for. So as long as their constituents, the real ones, not the ones who going out to the polls, they play a factor, but they're not a huge factor. And if they're huge factors, they're on what list? They're on the donors list. They're on the donors list. So it's a different kind of situation.
there was something I was going to talk about, and I remember talking to you about it. Something called health equity, and that whole thing, training or fighting racism in the healthcare industry. Um, they talked about something like that. They said that Donald Trump defunded the sensitivity training, racial sensitivity training, and he told you why he defunded it. He said
Right,
because it teaches racism and it teaches
right,
people to hate the United States of America. Like
right,
why would I fund something like that? You know, he has a point. Like you can't be funding something because that's crazy. Like in all actuality, that's crazy. It's crazy to institute programs that fake programs that you put into play to make it seem like you're trying to solve the race problem when it cannot be solved. You cannot remove bias. You cannot remove uh, um, feelings of that was put into you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were raised a certain way, or now you come to the realization, you look at certain people like, nah, I just can't get with it. That is not something that a program can change. There's not something that someone can teach you to change. And it's one of those programs that's just there to make it seem like your politician is trying to help with it, or like it essentially does nothing. It essentially does nothing. So he answered that, and I think he answered that one truthfully. He just straight out told you like, nah, um, we're not doing that over here in this country.
Did you hear the policeman say he want more money for the police?
Who?
Biden,
Donald
you hear
Trump?
him say you want more money for the police?
Well, I mean, they kept pressing him, and that's what he said. Yeah, I mean, look, he agreed. Okay, they agree on that. Law and order. Okay, they
Hey,
agree.
the funny shit was at before the debate even started, they was talking to those people that were supposed to be the analysts and shit. They was supposed to be sitting around a little round table,
Mhm.
and they had the black lady speaking for Biden, and that white lady speaking for Trump. You know, and the fat white dude who was supposed to help them with the debate strategy. Yeah, it was just funny to see it all, and it was like,
Yeah, they're essentially the same
oh,
person.
it
I
was like,
mean,
hopefully Biden keep it short and to the point.
he was struggling. He
And
was. You know.
then they said before, after that, there's an issue of his mental stability, right?
Mhm.
And here's a chance to show him that he's fit, that he's.
Yeah, I know. Like it's not even 4 years later, and this man is a whole different person. Yeah,
Oh
something
man,
ain't right
they
with
said
him.
if he
Yeah.
keep it short and to the point, he'll be good to go. The longer he has to talk, he don't need nobody to even rebut him. Just let him talk. Ask him a question and let him answer it. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, but you would think he would have done better since he was a VP before. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he doesn't have like any experience with
It means
anything.
nothing. He didn't have to. He ran with Barack Obama. He didn't have to say shit. He didn't have to do nothing. All he had to do was smile.
That's what. Yeah, I know, but I mean, as being a former VP, could have used that to his advantage. That he has experience. He could have put his experience out there. He wasn't
Yeah,
doing that. He was just beating up
and he don't.
on Donald Trump and pandering. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he don't have to do nothing now. He don't have to
Yeah.
show up with hot sauce or nothing. He showed up with Kamala. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, he totally went against his, not his base, but the like he did like the extreme, extreme liberals over there. He went
Oh,
against, and if they
nobody
don't,
else
and we'll hear about it later.
I just hope nobody else come to me talking about voting or any of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, no, there's no voting for
Can
black
they
people.
chill with that?
Right,
Like,
that
leave me the
alone,
fucking like,
right? That
don't have
super
me.
cop thing alone should be like, nah, I
Yeah,
ain't going.
I don't want to fight with my own people about the
They
devil.
only
Fuck the
do it
devil.
because they only do it because our ancestors died for the right to vote, which is a lie. But this is what is being said across the board. This is the only reason why black people are voting because there'd be a fool to think that if you get a Democrat in there, because you already had Obama in there, you know, okay, let's what did he do exactly? Trayvon happened under him. What did he do about that? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like nothing. Same thing
nothing,
with Breonna Taylor. I mean, under Trump, nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. So there is no difference. And Donald Trump brought up those ones, under Obama, when after Biden brought up the ones that happened under him. So it's no different. They're the same people. That's what I got out of it. They're the same people.
That's it.
That's it. Especially that Law and Order thing. That thing made me laugh. That was hilarious.
You said you wanted to talk about something funny tonight. I guess this is it right
Yeah, that
here.
was hilarious. The whole thing was hilarious. He called Donald Trump a clown, told him to shut up, and I'm like, I was like, they going back to their roots. I had to look again. I thought I was watching Parliament for a minute. You know,
Yeah.
people are like saying how they were talking over each other, and they were being rowdy and everything. We ever watch Parliament? Go watch that. That's them in their original. So it was nothing. I saw nothing out of the ordinary. Um, COVID-19. Um, that's one of those things where Nobody can really.
Maybe in this next debate they'll talk about reparations.
Nah, it's not gonna happen. No, no. I'm trying to remember if trying to remember what Kamala said about Ados. I need to. I don't think she was one of those people that supported it in the Senate. She wasn't. I believe that the only one in the Senate who supported that was Cory Booker. So she should have been on it. Like if that were the case. I understand why Tim Scott's not on it because he's a Republican, a black Republican, but Kamala is a Democrat. She should have, right? She should have been with Cory Booker on that, right? I wonder why not. So no, there won't be no speaking about any
They told her to
There
be
won't,
quiet. She's gonna be
yeah,
the nominee. Don't you be talking about reparations.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. It's somebody said, "Oh, you must be Ados or whatever," because they're trying to push this narrative that she's Jamaican,
Yeah,
and nah, she's not. She's not. That's been broken down by the Jamaicans already. You know. So no, she's not. Like, what
yeah,
is that
she
thing?
is.
Just because you're born
She
somewhere,
doesn't
it
have
don't
time
make you
to
that.
explain.
It don't make you that, right? Huh?
If you don't get it, if you don't get it,
Mm,
she does not have time to explain it. Okay.
right. So basically, the claim is that Ados, Ados people are the ones that reject her, don't consider her to be black. So it's on us. So that was the attack that was on my comments because I don't understand how you scrutinize black conservatives, like not like black conservative like B, but like black Republicans. Is a difference, okay? Black, they call themselves conservatives. I refer to them as black because they look black, right? But they're Republicans. They're in the Senate. They're in the media. They're in caping for Donald Trump or whatever. How do you scrutinize them and not the ones and not those black Democrats? All of them should be under scrutiny. So, none of them are for us. So they had a picture of, I think it was Clarence Thomas, Tim Scott, um, Candace Owens, and it was someone else up there calling them coons and stuff. But you're forgetting those black Democrats that go along with, white supremacy because Joe Biden showed a lot of white supremacy tonight. He backs it up. He didn't denounce it either. He told Trump, "You denounce it. You do it." So they all belong on the chopping block. All of them. Kamala too. All of them. Oh, you must be Ados. So once again, you have people from the Caribbean being mad disrespectful, to so-called Black American. So so this is why I'm saying, like, they're also catering to not only to their base but to ignorance too. So for those who don't understand the tax code and how that's set up and who sets it up and who manages that thing, you know what Joe Biden said that told Donald Trump, "You taking advantage of it." He said it's lawful. He said I did everything legal. He said you're taking advantage of it. That's what he said. Did you hear that part?
Yep.
So how do you take advantage of it when when it's legal? Like, it's set up, it's legal. Like that's all he could come back with. So the governor over here, I think it was today, signed a millionaires tax. So he's taxing millionaires now, over here in this state. So yeah. But anyway, I'm done with that. That was hilarious. But and the moderator, I mean, Chris Wallace, did he have a stroke too? Because he just, I haven't seen him in years. Like, because I don't watch TV. I'm like, is that? I'm like, since when did he become a liberal? This guy. I mean, he was going hard on Obama like years ago. So yeah, it was terrible. That was my bad. I pushed something, and I'm not even sure what I did. So what else? Anything else other than this that sideshow that happened earlier?
That wasn't the side. That was Front Street. That wasn't the side show. That was Front Street. Trump Street
Uh,
and Black Lives Matter Avenue. Trump Street and Black Lives Matter Avenue. I
well,
don't got
Joe,
nothing
did
else.
you call did you call the mayor of Seattle? Did you call the mayor of Portland? No, I'm not a president anymore. I don't know. You didn't want to say no, but I don't. Those places needed an intervention. I don't know if you remember those. I mean, that was great entertainment. Are you for the community policing itself? He didn't say yes to that. And that is something that I speak about. That is something I would love to see happen with the black community. We police ourselves to keeping those white cops out. Let the white cops police themselves, and then we have our own cops that police us. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But with them, that's not going to fly. That doesn't, that just won't happen. And I totally understand that. You know.
Aquemini is 22 years old today.
Who?
Aquemini, the third album from Outkast.
Oh, did you hear?
They got
Michael
sued for
Jackson's
that
mom is
album.
sick.
Huh?
Michael Jackson's mom is very sick.
Here's that what?
Michael Jackson's mother is very sick.
Hmm.
They're calling it deathbed.
Really?
Yes. That was about, I heard about that a couple of days ago. Mm.
Ain't nobody to somebody kills you. All of these interviews and stuff will surface and all these statements and shit after she dies.
Mhm. So they asking for like prayers and stuff. All right. So what else? Let me think. Mm,
Got a new series coming up before this show.
yeah, that's
I
new.
had my sister Kia Harris on, and she had this 30-day challenge. That's the only challenge I'm doing. The other challenges I can't talk about. Yeah. But did the challenge, so I got to be more consistent with the other content. I be
Mhm.
so busy with everything else that I don't get a chance to talk about anything as it relates to me or as it relates to these products and services. So it's two shows, one on
Mhm.
Instagram and one on here
Mhm.
for the month of October. I'm just see how it goes. So, and the only time of the day I think I'll be able to do it is 12 o'clock. So it'll be midnight, and this will be truly after midnight. It'll be like
Mhm.
15, 20 minutes though. And then the other show on IG, I'm gonna be an IG therapist like everybody else. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on IG, doing my therapy. So if you need a healing, like our buddy said to Antoine Fisher when he came out of the office, do you need healing? Do you need a healing? If I could get away with that, I would play that every time. I would start off with that. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Yeah, that's my two new series over here. And we did Black Goddess Empowerment, so we got to do the Black Goddess Empowerment October. And for the month of October, we got some stuff going on. The 17th and the 18th. Let me put it up here on the screen, I think. I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Maybe you get
Yeah.
their perspective on voting. You might get like some mixed responses.
I'm going to ask King Samir on Wednesday.
Uh-oh. I don't think you
Today.
need to. I don't even think you need to even ask him.
I'm going to start the show off with that. I'm going to be like, hey, King,
That'll set
Let me
him off. Like
brush
put set the
real
fire.
quick here.
Yeah.
Really quick here before you get started. Yeah. They have a good day today. Real busy. Real busy. 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Shows. That was yesterday. Then later on today, it's Black Survival. Black Survival died, and Fredro Starr will be back in the building today. So
Yeah, I
it's
missed a
going
dot
down.
X. I got there like
And
30
before
seconds
that,
before it went off.
yeah, I mean it was quick because there was two shows going on at one time. At one time, it was three shows going on at the same time.
I missed Wise Intelligence. Totally missed that. I'm like, how? Like, I don't look.
Yeah, I was
I
telling
had
you
a
it went
class
on for like
today.
almost 2 hours. Got
Yeah, I had a
busy,
class today. That's why.
so it's a dot X in between.
Yeah, I came in on the end. I'm like, what happened? I missed. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. One day this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, it'll be in person. So get a chance to see that part too.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, I
Oh,
was
they
like,
got
how I
beard.
missed
They got
that? Like,
beard drip you can put on your so your beard can grow. Oh snap! About to get me one of them African beards.
African beards.
Yeah, so my beard can match my mustache, can match my eyebrows, and match my hair
What are you
all
talking about?
together.
Africans don't have beards. Uh,
You know, my beard match my mustache, match my eyebrows, match my eyelashes, and match my hair. Okay, all the way through.
okay.
And be running around telling people I'm a person of color.
Gosh.
Person of color.
I'm taking a break tonight. I have so much material, new material that backs up everything that I say. Like nobody can't say anything to me. Once again, look. Just admit. I just need. I just need to all those traitorous, treacherous, treasonous black people to just admit that they're treacherous, treasonous, and traitorous. That's all. I respect you more if you just did that. So you
Yeah,
see how that works back then, people of color was a certain thing, right? And then now today, everybody's a people of color. Nah, man.
everybody.
Nah. That's what
Everybody.
that's what upsets me about English. How
English.
they can just change things as they go. And
Right.
people just run right with it. I refuse. I've never said I was a person of color. I always said I was black. Like, I don't know what a person of color is like because I understood that that included all other people with melanin and and they weren't me, so we got to be careful with that inclusion thing. And what it does is it dilutes, you know, everything about us. We start diluting ourselves, um, and our issues and our concerns go by the wayside when we do that. So no, even like when they say like melanated people, you gotta be careful with that too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely
You
that
gotta
one
make
right
it
there.
plain. Hmm.
Yeah, make it plain. It's okay to make it plain.
Right. Have to make it plain because we know historically people of color were that was a whole different race, and it is today.
Shout out to Sister
That's
Tria. Joe Biden.
yeah.
Joe Biden wrote the '94 crime bill and fought against desegregating
Hmm.
schools, and Kamala Harris hid evidence that would free an innocent man on death row. But we need to vote Democrat to fight against racism and systematic oppression. I'm voting.
What happened?
I'm about to go register to vote right now.
No. Mm-mm.
Kamala Harris is not a black girl magic sis. I said what I
Nope.
said.
Mm-mm. Nope. Not black at all.
I endorse her.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna get on the show.
People of color is a race. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like that is a whole different race. There's, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like people don't understand that and can't grasp that a mixie that's mixed Arab. That's a whole different race.
Cuomo said New York ain't his problem, man. Okay, don't be talking to me about no COVID, saying. Okay, got no problem. Got nothing to do with that shit. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like they would say, well, the economy is bad, currently bad, but at the same time, we know that Democrats want to shut everything down. So until after, and that's a fact. They want to shut everything down um, because they don't want you exposing yourself to other people and getting that. That's the story that they're giving. So that whole back and forth was a mess. Um, Joe Biden failed on that part of the because he said that what they need is money. So the small business need money to run, but you'd shut them down because of COVID. He was contradicting himself. Um,
you
and we
know,
do know that this Democrat, even in my state, like we at level 2 still. Yeah, 25% capacity in a restaurant. Most restaurants not even open. Like they won't even let you in there. So small businesses are shutting down, and it's because of the governor, and that is a fact. So they control what goes on in their states and in their towns and stuff. So
I don't know where they getting how they meeting their quota out here
hmm
in these streets.
and people are mad because they want to go back to work. They want to open their businesses but they won't allow it. You know, governor won't allow. I know governor of my state won't allow it. So I mean, the Florida governor he was pressured by the people to open it up. You know, fully open up Florida because people have to go to work because the federal government is not cutting no checks. They're not, and there's a fight up there. But then again, the reliance on, the federal government, like it shouldn't be there. But then again, the federal government has, and state governments have the power to shut you down. You know,
What's going down this Friday out there where you at?
it is.
The biggest food drop North has ever seen. Tell everyone from Riverview Housing, Hyatt Housing, Roosevelt Housing, and Pennington Court. Pennington Court still got people living over there?
Yeah, but I'm sponsored by
Shit.
who? Sponsored by who?
To bring their families all wards welcome. Do it all. Red Man. Who else? The Brick City Boys.
Yeah, who
Going
are their suppliers? Who they getting that food from?
this Hawkins Street School Playground. 8 Hawkins Street on Friday. Friday from 9 to 3.
That's all they say.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to know who was the supplying
Sponsored by
the.
BBS Boys, 211 Community Impact, Brick City Boys, Celebrity Fix and Flip. PCNY Clearview Counseling. I know 211 is his. BBS Boys is him and Redman and somebody else. Big City Boys, that's him and Redman and somebody else. And some other people. We gotta go out there and get some pictures.
The Newark is a problem. Another problem. A lot of children have not started school because of a lack of resources. So yeah. So Ross Baraka is going to have a problem come re-election. So he's going to have a major problem on his hands. There's no that's an issue that needs to be tackled. The water, quality of water in the city, it needs attention. Stuff like that. Ongoing long. Those issues have been around for a while. Um, I don't know how I feel about food drives, but um, I mean that's a good effort, I guess.
I'm voting for Do It All for mayor.
For
Do It
mayor,
All for
what is he?
Rock. I
He
gotta
wants
go.
to run
I'm gonna write him in.
because the whole thing with Ras Baraka is that he wanted the school open. The problem with that is the governor won't allow it. So when you look at that governor of the state, he's not caring about black children,
He
and
better
that's
fix that
that's across
water.
the board,
He better
huh?
fix that water. He better fix that water.
Well, he said no because he don't have the funds for it.
He don't have the funds.
He don't
That's
have
why
the
he gotta
funds
go.
for it. So,
That's
hmm?
why he gotta go.
Yeah,
The funds? What you there for?
yeah, but I think
Right?
I think it's deeper than that. Um, I don't know. I think it's a little bit deeper than that, but it's a political thing as well. And but he wanted the schools open. I understand what he's saying about that because uh,
He gotta
parents
go.
got poor people parents got to work and everything, and there's domestic violence and drug abuse, alcoholism, and stuff, and um, all that stuff increases. Is a detriment to some children or whatever. But the governor says no, will not approve you to open. So why? So now, in the city, the urban cities, black children just won't, you know, just won't go to school. So now, like, the complaints are coming in. It's like, do we want to go to school in the public school system or do we not? And then the question becomes, you know, maybe I do because now it's affecting. Now I see the effects of it, not being able to, it's setting the children behind, not being able to compete with others in society. So you know what it is. It's
Did the
it's
state is did the state take over the board of education still? Do the state still run the school
the
system
yeah
up
the
there?
state yeah the state determines when the schools open and when they don't. So and that's how it's going. It has to be approved by the governor's office, and he's saying no. Like there's some hybrids
No, I'm
going
saying
on, but
you remember
hmm?
like Jersey City, like the board of education got took over by the state, like the school system back in the day. I don't know if they did that in North. I don't remember. It was so long ago. I got banned from Essex
I
County
don't know,
School.
but it don't matter because the state
I
government took it
got
over.
banned from Essex County school system, so I don't know what happened after that.
I think it's a good subject to speak on, a good topic because now it seemed like black people upset now because the school is closed. I mean, these kids are not able to go to school. Why? Because of resources. There's a lack of resources, lack of laptops, lack of access to the internet, um, and things like that. So they're at home. It's like, oh, it's October now, and a lot of them are not. They won't release the numbers, but it's a high number of children who are not in school. So the complaint now is that the school's not open. Before that, it was the public school system was a bad thing. So now it's like
People
you
still
want
getting
your
locked
kids in
up,
school or
like
you
truant
don't.
officers that don't go to virtual school. Is they still coming? Is they coming to get them from their house?
Say that again, because I didn't get that.
I said, is the truant officers still out there? Are they coming to people's houses now because they ain't going to school? If they ain't going to virtual school, they don't get checked. If they don't check in the virtual school,
They don't. We don't have truancy officers no more.
for real,
We
that
don't
was
have that
one
no
of the
more.
greatest
No,
parts of the
kids
day.
don't. No, there's no truancy officers. If a cop see you on the street, a kid on the street, they just take him to school. That's it. There's nothing like that anymore. Now over here.
That used to be the funniest shit in the world, running from the police.
Yeah, they used to be out there on the street, right? When not back in the day, but yeah, not anymore. But Ross Baraka said, well, the superintendent got to deal with that. It's out of my. It is out of his hands. It's out of his hands. And then homeschooling. Parents finding it hard to like homeschool and stuff. Even with like assisting their children with the teacher is there and it's online and my girl is big, so I don't have to, but I feel for those parents that got smaller children and who got more than one, having to manage all of that, you know, shout out to them. Something about the numbers going back up again. Did you hear about that? The COVID numbers, like they're increasing again. I'm like,
Oh, don't nobody
oh
want to
my oh
hear
boy,
about
like,
punk
this
ass
is this
COVID.
thing is never going to end. Like, what'd you say?
I said, don't nobody want to hear about no punk ass COVID numbers, cuz.
I know, like this thing is never going to end. Like it's like if you was ever out in the world, like your life is over. Like the only thing that I miss is the movie theater. Like straight up, the movie theater. And that's probably because I'm an old lady now. But that was my joint, the movie theater. Okay. And they took that away from me. I've been devastated ever since. So, you know, everything else I'm good. I don't have a problem. But for people who are out in the world like that and indulge and stuff, they hurting. Oh, and other news, Disney has let go another 28,000 employees from their park in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, another 28,000. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. But you think about that, like these corporations and things, like not even small business, but these corporations are like on a decline.
The fall of America.
The ones that you know the corporations who provide you with like services and products you really don't need to survive, like they're going down, 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 down. So that's a lot of people. 28,000, like, and that was this is like the second wave, I believe. The Most High said, "No more imagination, no more fairy tales, and no more gambling and and whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No more of that. None of that. I'm gonna shut it all down. I'm shutting the beach down too. Shutting everything down. Boop boop boop. No more.
King Kong ain't got
Who said no?
shit
Wait. No
on me.
more. Hmm. And the reason why it is, the conversations are like stale now, like across the board, is because of COVID. Corona. Rona. We gonna blame it on what Queen Mother Rona.
Queen Mother has nothing to do with any of these shenanigans going on. Okay? She delivered us,
Everything's shut down.
blessed us.
We got black people over here attacking white people for not wearing a face mask. Look, times are changing. I'm just telling you that right now. Like, ma'am, you're not wearing your mask. Those white people say, I don't have to. It's a farce, and it's COVID's fake, and blah blah blah. And this, and I mean, it's causing fights. Like this whole face mask thing is causing so many fights. I was talking to my Muslim friends the other day. They was like, "We've been doing this," and they for it. Like all these sisters out here need to cover their face. They all for it. I was like, y'all funny. I mean, they wear the whole thing. Like you can't, you can only see eyes. Okay, barely, and it's like a little screen. What do you call that thing? A little screen. One of them wears a screen. And she does that because she says she don't want people to see her face. Period. Like she don't want nobody in her face. She don't want nobody to know who she is or whatever. She says great. You know. Jigsaw is on Hulu. I saw that
Is it?
that it's on Hulu.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was looking at it. Because I was asking my oldest, I was like, "Look, how can I watch this debate on TV? Because I don't have a TV. You know, I don't watch TV, but we have like a Roku TV." And I'm like, "How can I watch?" She said, "Oh, the Hulu app. They're gonna have it." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, tell me how to do it." Because I be acting all brand new, right?
Mm.
Like I don't get with this, like apps and stuff. Like it's totally not my thing or whatever. I'm more of a routing and switching person. I'm not with no. So she's showing me and everything, and then we're going through my little profile, and then I saw Jigsaw. I said, I said
That's it.
I'll think about watching that. I don't know, because I'm not into that gory stuff, right? So, but then Rambo was on. I said, oh, I'm gonna watch that later. Then
Mm.
I didn't know Rambo was on Hulu. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna watch Rambo. Rambo didn't say a word in the first Rambo. He didn't say anything until the end, like, and it was like two words, from what I can remember. And he was wearing a garbage bag. Everything he learned from Vietnam. Was it real? It was Vietnam, right?
Yep.
What war was it? I don't remember which one. It was Vietnam, right? Yeah.
Yep.
He wreaked havoc in that police station. Yep. So yeah, I want to watch that. Um, just because. And they was wondering like, how could this man do all of this? You know, how is he able to? Oh, do you, somebody said today, and it wasn't to me personally. I was listening to something now. I can't remember what it was, but I remember somebody said maybe it was Facebook because I need to stay off Facebook, right? So I think it was they said they no longer fight wars the old fashioned way. They do it using chemical warfare like the COVID and stuff. And I'm like, who told y'all that lie? Like who is spreading these lies?
That's
COVID,
what
all they
it
need is COVID to shut down the world. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't need, quote unquote, old, warfare. I'm like, huh? What y'all talking about?
is.
Y'all
Fake
don't know what y'all
news.
talking about. Stop it. Stop spreading these lies. Why they teaching that? Like, why? Like, they obviously they heard it from somewhere else, or that's something that they believe. Um, so look, no, man, no, no. There's always boots on the ground. There's always some sort of you know, fire going on. That is needed. It could be one person, 10 people, whatever, special, whatever. They're out. In addition to those things. So no, like I mean, I just want to know who is starting that, like saying, like, I'm like, where y'all get that from? We don't fight wars the old fashioned way no more. I remember when Obama was in that. Who was he debating? Was it Mitt Romney? I think it was Mitt Romney, and he said, and Mitt Romney said, "We don't fight wars no more with chariots and bayonets." And Barack Obama said, "Yeah, we do." What are you talking about, Lady? Yes, we do. So it was kind of like pushed off, but yeah, like, yeah, bayonets. Bayonets, all right. People don't, but we still have bayonets, okay? Like, I'm telling people, like, stop. I know some riders that can get on a horse, okay, in the military,
Yep.
okay. When I first saw it, I'm like, is this for real? Like, Yeah, it's for real. Like we still have bayonets. So when I saw him say that, like they was trying to run him, like kind of like push him off, like, um, I think Barack Obama said, we don't have bayonets no more. Yeah, we do. I think he was trying to be funny when he said that, but yeah, like it's all about chemical warfare and also about fighting with technologies. They were saying how Russia attacked using technology and stuff. Okay, okay, but you have to understand that U.S. soldiers train in Russia. I mean, that is a known. That's like a public thing. Like everybody is supposed to know that. That's not a secret. Um, what do you think about that? Like, but people not knowing like basic information like that.
Ask them people to name 6 presidents.
Oh, see, yeah, okay. So
What's the
ignorance, right?
capital
Once
of this
again.
state? You know,
Mhm.
shit like that. All that stuff they be asking on them citizens. Fucking just regular shit. They don't even know that.
I, I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Like United States military are trained in Russia by Russian military people. Okay, so I mean, and guess what? We train other people too, other peoples as well. I mean, it's like a group effort here. And when you get to see things like that, it's kind of like, are we like, okay, what's going on here? Like, mm. Because I was young and I was trying to figure this out. Like, why? Like, And then I get old, I'm like, because they're all friends. You're all on the same team. We just don't know that, right? It's that kind of thing. So yeah, like I have to tell like people this, like if you did not know, there's like I guess what they would call it cross training, right? That would be like known as cross training or something. Like they're being able to, especially with the different conditions, environmental conditions, very important. So anywho, they have they have they have movie theaters like American movie theaters, American food stores, American franchises and stuff in Ghana. All they need is a Disney World. That's it. So things are changing, you know. I can't hear. I'm not hearing anything. So I should say mic check.
Yeah, say that.
Okay, because I was like not hearing anything at all. So
Yeah.
Let me see. It was Rambo and what else? Jigsaw and oh, Creed Part Two. Um,
Yeah,
those are the ones that stood out to me. That's on Hulu. I don't watch Hulu, but it belongs
you
to
gotta
my
watch
daughter,
that.
so I was just looking
You gotta
through.
watch that. So we could
What?
talk about pre-shoot tomorrow. That and Jigsaw.
Which one? Creed Two?
Yes, in Jigsaw.
I don't know about Jigsaw. I haven't committed to watching that yet.
No,
Like it's creepy. It's creepy and it's gory. I would look. I've already
all right,
expressed
we'll put you
myself on.
pre-shoot then. That's it.
It's
You're gonna be
weird. It's
fired.
weirdo.
You're gonna be fired.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot. He. He didn't kill any black folks.
Yeah, yeah. See that?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Hmm.
Okay. None. None. Not one. Okay. Not one.
Yeah, but then
And
my
the
daughter
test,
was like, "No, they're killing
the
themselves."
test
I'm
for the
like,
one
"No,
black
he
dude.
killing them."
Look, huh? The test for the one black dude was to stay his ass, go on vacation with his girlfriend, and this dumbass stayed trying to save everybody and ain't saved nobody. Everybody he tried to save died.
That's symbolic, right there.
He's like, black man, look, this
Hmm.
ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay?
Right. It's symbolic. Hmm.
Yeah. Let us kill ourselves. That's why it was a game, just like tonight. They should have put that jigsaw voice on. Hello, America. I want to play a game.
Look, all I needed to see was part one where that fool ended up cutting off his own foot. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Greatest shit ever. The
it wouldn't happen to
greatest
me because the way it was set up,
ever.
the key was only in one place. The key was it was one place, you know. It
Game
took them
over.
all of the whole movie to figure that out.
Yes.
And he cut off his own foot. Like, and he had a
He
whole
he
shirt on
didn't
and did
even
not know how
kill
to make a tourniquet. Huh?
Danny Glover. He didn't even kill him.
He
He cut his
bled out,
throat.
right?
But he didn't do it. That was the doctor who cut his throat and kept him alive.
Oh, oh. Mm. Yeah, but I mean, how you cut your foot off, though? Like, I'm still stuck on part one.
You see, he had already replaced it with that prosthetic. That's why he had that hood on and he was limping.
Mm-hmm.
You just thought that he was sick, but it was actually him. Turned around with that thing and cut his throat. That's who was cutting out the jigsaw pieces. This is how they could tell that the other one was a fake. They said this other one was cut with surgical precision. This one is a fake.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Right.
That was my series right there. I'm gonna watch it again just because.
Oh man, like
I got the DVDs right here.
DVDs. You
DVDs.
serious? You bought the DVDs?
Yes. That's how much I see. I love seeing white demons die. Okay. Just like Blade and all the other shit. I said, I loved it. Okay. I love
They just wanted to walk in the daytime. That's all. Without being set on fire.
the
That's all they
movie with the
wanted.
wolves and shit, Underworld, and what's the other shit? All that. Like all that.
Underworld was a mess. I like part one, but then it started getting silly. I remember going to the movies to see Underworld, the first one. Well, how could you have a black vampire? That didn't even make no sense. Like I said in Blade, like You see how Blade, how it happened to Blade, but then they showed one on the council. You know,
He was from Jamaica. He got his independence.
it was from Jamaica. Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about it. uh, there's no such thing as a black vampire. Like, trying to tell people. The creeps come out at night. You know what I'm saying? Like those creeping things come out at night.
All that.
All they want to do is just walk in the sun. Just like Blade. That's all.
The Daywalker.
Blade hated that thing about himself. Reminds me of Malcolm X. There's parallels there. He hated that about himself. Wanted to cure that part. If he could, he would. But then he thought about it, saying, "No, if I get rid of this, I can't keep killing them like I am." You know what I'm saying? Like, so he had to take the L on that. You remember the pathologist, the black girl? She said, "I got a cure here. I figured it out." And she was like, "No, no, just hold off on that. I need to finish this over here." So, but yeah, he hated that thing about himself. Oh, he hated it. And that just goes to show you that when you're mixed up, you will carry on the characteristics of, I guess, each thing you're made up of. So, and depending on how strong it is, right? So the more you have running through your veins, the characteristic will come out. People say, "Oh, that's just a theory." Well, I mean, it's a working theory. I believe it could translate over to a fact. I can, run uh, I mean, lots of experiments have been ran on this, and I pulled up some uh, peer-reviewed journals showing this thing. So yeah. But anyway, that's another topic for another day, which leads to those people of color again.
Black Rob, BR. Black Rob, BR. He had the greatest song and the greatest remix. One of the most used instrumentals in hip hop history for
Is what?
freestyles. One of the using one of the most used instrumentals in hip hop history.
Is what?
Whoa.
It is?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh. Hmm. Let him perform that today in front of a group of young kids. They don't know what that is.
They'll lose it.
They like, what
They'll
is
lose it.
that?
They'll be like, whatever this is crazy right now.
That Summer Jam video where Fabulous brought out all the OGs, right? And those kids in the audience was like, "What is that?" Like, I was going crazy, okay, but everybody was bringing it out, but the crowd was like, eh. Now, when Buster hit the stage, you supposed to be on your feet. You supposed to be going crazy. Like
20
the
years
crowd
ago.
was doing nothing, like nothing. I'm like, these kids, man. Yeah. Put your hands on my eyes can see came on, and then I mean the crowd was just, I was like, darn, like
Oh
really?
yeah. Duh, duh, duh.
And they brought out Raekwon. Like, I mean, come on. How often do you get? I can't relate to those kids. Those kids was like Raekwon. Who's that?
What's that? What does he
Yeah,
cook?
who's that?
They call him chef. Does he cook?
Incarcerated Scarfaces. What is that?
Right.
What is Mob Deep came out. They knew what that was. It's happened to know what that because that's a classic. Like that was and Kim was on there, and that one just got a lot of attention. So they knew about that a little bit, but even still, the crowd wasn't. Those kids was like, no, mm. Where's Cardi B? Where's Young and May? Where's they're looking for them. Unfortunately, but yeah, he was bringing out a whole lot of different artists and like you know, and Redman came out and Method and was like, this the wrong crowd here.
And then you through your window tint, like, whoa.
Like, can we get a concert with all of them? Like, just with all of them at Madison Square Garden, that whole lineup that he did. Like, can we get something like that? That will sell out. Like, you know, not with them kids though. It'd be like people like us or whatever. The only one that's getting away with it like that would be Nicki Minaj because she's like, you know, she old, but people don't look at her like she's old. They think that she's young, but she's old. So she gets away with fitting in right now. And she's able to do that. I think that that's actually a good thing. She's able to fit in now and at her age. And who was that woman? I was on to ask you about. What was her name? She going in on everybody. Um, this black this black lady. She's going in on everybody. Why am I going blank?
Jaguar?
She took, huh?
Jaguar, right?
Yeah, Jaguar. Yeah, she going in on everybody. Like I'm like, dang. I spent like a couple hours listening to all that stuff. Like, ooh. And I was clutching my invisible pearls. I'm like, really? Ooh. Yeah, she airing everybody out. What you think about that?
She got to write a book now.
I mean, she's telling it all. What you gonna put in the book?
There's always more to tell.
Mm-mm. I mean, she aired Mary J. Blige out. I said, oh, not Mary. And Mary, then, but Mary came back and said, I'm just Mary. Listen, my life, that whole my life, she was over there purging, okay? All right? Like, come on, Jag. Stop. That woman already purged. Stall her out, She's like no mercy. She went Cobra Kai on her. Ah,
Strike first, strike hard, right?
yeah, she went Cobra Kai on her. Like, I was like, oh, MG. She going in on everybody. And she's got momentum, you know. The the public is siding with her. But anyway, I think that's it in like current events. I guess that's all.
That's it.
I've been doing a lot of stuff. I was busy today, like super busy
Tomorrow
today.
night, talking about Jigsaw and Creed
Oh
2, right?
God! See, now I gotta like watch that now. Like
Yeah.
I'm about to get my blanket and like kind of cover my face like as I watch that thing. Like, I made sure all the lights on in the house.
You watch the other songs. It's okay. It's not that bad.
It's just it's go it's ugh. It's twisted. It's demented. It's like
Stress.
that's a whole nother type of torture. Because if you're not smart, you're gonna die. Like you gotta be you gotta be somewhat smart. You know, you gotta
It's a couple.
outthink this person, huh?
Okay, couple good parts.
You have to get in the mind of this guy, like, and get yourself out of this issue. Like,
And you got to know what you did wrong, and you got to confess what you did wrong too. I love it.
right, right. Then you got, yeah,
It's almost as good as Inglorious Bastards when the cracker come out the cave with the Louisville Slugger. Like that shit was priceless. Hey Donnie, yeah, it's a German out here wants to die for country. Oblige him.
I'll give it a go. Like, I may have to watch it in parts because sit.
And Jew dogs.
I'm not being dramatic. It's just that one of those types of movies. I'm not really into those movies. I like sci-fi action type of end of the world apocalyptic type stuff, alien invasion and war type movies.
Alien
Um,
versus Predator. Stop. Yeah. Stop. Stop.
oh my god, that's my favorite.
See?
Okay,
See? Yeah.
my favorite. They should have gave Sonata part two. They didn't do it. I'm still bitter about that, but what it is, what it is. One of my friends was like, she got the mark of the beast. I said, stop, 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 stop. she wicked as hell. She took the mark of the beast. I said, oh, MG.
That's right. That's right.
These Israelites, man, gotta love them. Gotta love them. Yeah, I like that. And oh, I like those weather movies too. When the Most High be going crazy with the weather and the destruction of the earth. Like natural disasters. I like that stuff too. I can get with some dramas. Some. You know, not all. That Taken movie, I like Taken though. I could watch Taken over and over. I like Taken. You like Taken or no?
Hell yeah.
I know he's gonna say that because that right there.
He heard that motherfucker say good luck. It was over. Okay? It was over. He said, I don't know if you remember me. I spoke to you on the phone a couple of days ago. I told you.
Yep.
Find
Mhm.
you. He regulated up in that motherfucker. Shot that motherfucking shit up and then hooked up a car battery to his ass. Look,
Torture. Yep.
I'm like, this is what you do. He went to homie house. He shot his
That is what you do
wife.
when somebody harm your children. Right.
Shot his
Mhm.
wife. Shot like nothing. Like at the table
Yep.
eating dinner. Shot the shit out of her.
Yep.
Like not
That's
playing.
right.
I'm like, this is it. This is how you do it.
That is how you do it. That's how you do it. Oh, so that's you're condoning shooting people and murder. No, man, that's righteousness.
Yeah.
He did whatever he had to do to get his child back. Why? Because he said after how many hours she's gone forever, and that is what you don't want. You don't want to be taken.
The wife at home with some sucker.
Yeah, the wife was still mad at him. She was mad at him. Yeah, and she did everything to, yeah. That was
See,
petty.
look, that's that shit. Like, see, like, yo, it wasn't no. Oh, why you do? Everybody got on code. Oh, bitch, boy, he shut his fucking mouth too. Do you have to do?
Yep. Get me a flight. Okay, okay, anything. He got him a flight, private flight, airplane. He
That's
got him over there quick
he ain't had no money. He had all the contacts in the
and
world
gave him
though.
the
Called.
money.
That's when you know
Right.
when you in eternity for real. With no questions asked up in there. That shit was almost as cold as Kiss of the Dragon. Kiss of the Dragon was the shit.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Classic.
Yeah.
I can watch that one
So
over and
we
over too. Yep.
yep.
He was
Shit.
trying to mind his business. He was like, "Look, man, I'm trying to mind my business."
Yeah.
His only problem was that she remembered him from the hotel room, and that was a problem for him. So he ended up having to deal with that because if he didn't see her, he would have just let her be a hoe on the street and get beat down. Because people were saying no, he was concerned about the white girl and but nah, she saw him, she remembered him, she recognized
Yep.
him. That was a problem. So he had to deal with it.
Yep.
Because if she didn't recognize him or anything, he wouldn't have done anything. He would have left, waited for the message, and he would have left.
He got him with that one pin.
Hmm. And and just look, he come out of Confucianism. Just saying. I'm gonna leave that right there.
Right.
He was a silent killer. Okay. While they doing their art and they doing their stuff, they're killers. Doing their calligraphy and doing their meditations up there in the mountains and stuff. And killers.
Straight up. They was trying to run out that class, remember in Hero?
Mhm. Mhm.
When Marrow
Mhm.
started coming in there,
Yep. That's right. Yep.
sit your ass down.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Look, Chinese people be trying to deny all of that stuff. Like, like, listen, listen, stop. I mean, that was I like that scene. That was dope. Anything to do with arrow spraying, I like. They showed that in Troy. They showed it in the Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. They showed it Hero,
300
obviously. A lot of movies. That
in
arrow was
300.
bad ass. Like,
Yeah, that's the first artillery
yeah,
right
and the
there.
300 as well, right? It's like, mm-hmm. Yep, yep. There was, yeah. There's master bowmen going, in the military. Yeah,
And then they had
masters.
sharpshooters with them bows.
Yes, yep. Mm-hmm. And a cross. I like the crossbow. I have a crossbow. Yep. get acquainted with that. Like, I love crossbows. Yep, I like those types of scenes because those do the most damage. That's what they start off with first. That's like automatic. It eliminates a lot of issues in animals too. Oh, and I like when they show how they get hit from under the water too. Like it goes into the water and kill people in the water. I like that too. I like that they show that.
Well, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Q Shalom.
Cue it. Shalom.